What's good, all of you, the Who Dat Nation? It is the one and only Who Dat Davis here for you. If you don't know, you will know that over here we bleed black and gold until we are dead and cold. And thank you guys for joining me for tonight's halftime show edition of the divisional round where the New Orleans Saints are hosting the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and the score is tied at 13 apiece. My overall thoughts so far, this is exactly what I expected coming into this game. I did not expect this Buccaneers team to go away quietly into the night like they did in Week 9. This is going to come down to who can make the most crucial plays in the most crucial times. It's going to come down to the final possession. But some good, some bad. Look, the good is we saw Jameis Winston. The only good thing we saw offensively was Jameis Winston for a 56-yard touchdown bomb to Traquan Smith. We were wondering when Sean Payton was going to bring the trickery into this game, and it came at a good time. Jameis Winston got his touchdown pass against his former team. So shouts out to Jameis Winston and Traquan Smith for that. I didn't expect Traquan Smith to get the first touchdown. I thought it was going to be Deontay Harris, and he should have on a punt return, but it is what it is. Offensively, look, we're struggling again 2 weeks in a row. Last week it was because the interior were giving up, the interior gaps to stunts. This time it's offensive linemen that are jumping because the Tampa Bay defensive line is jumping, but they're not getting into the neutral zone. I get that you're taught that, but you got to play a little more discipline. This is 2 weeks in a row now that the Saints offense has gotten out to a slow start. This is absolutely unacceptable. The defense has started to show that it's tired. Luckily, the Saints get the ball to start the second half. Let's hope that Sean Payton once again, calls the right adjustments to start the second half, and this team can finally get off to playing the Saints kind of football that we expect them to. Remember, guys, this is for all the marbles. This is for bragging rights in this entire division. This is to go to Green Bay and play the Packers in the NFC Championship. There's too much on the line, and that there's a lot of speculation that this is going to be Drew Brees' last season. You have everything you could possibly need to win this game. You have the Tampa Bay Bucs number for years now. There is no excuse. There is absolutely no excuse. The defense is trying to hang in there as much as possible, but they're giving up. The runs to Leonard Fournette. They're doing pretty well against Cameron Brate, Rob Gronkowski, guys of that nature. But when you're giving up the run to Leonard Fournette, it's starting to play into what Tom Brady likes to do with the play action, and he's starting to find those guys over the middle. The running backs are really what's killing the Saints defense, both on the ground and in the air, in terms of finding the first down yardage markers. Leonard Fournette's keeping this Buccaneers drives alive, and that's how they ended up, tying the game at 13 apiece. You don't let this play into the hands of don't let this play into the hands of Tom Brady. You need to get back to your fundamentals. You stop the run. You stop the run first, and then you let everything else fall suit. That's what this team is built on: stopping the run. You have all your pieces defensively. You have Malcolm Brown, David Onyemata. Everybody is having a quiet game minus, Marcus Davenport and Demario Davis. Demario Davis, got the sack, but Davenport forced Tom Brady to the outside for Demario Davis to play cleanup. But other than that, it's the secondary that's doing the best they can to keep the Saints offense time, give the Saints offense time to find their rhythm, and it just haven't yet. I don't know why they try to call that tight end screen to Josh Hill. Those tight end screens are only good with physical linebackers or guys who have tight ends that have speed. That's more for Adam Troutman. I don't know. Speaking of Adam Troutman, I expected Adam Troutman to have an impact in this game, and so far he's been really quiet. He hasn't even been so much as featured. He hasn't even so much as been called. Adam Troutman needs to be involved in those tight end screens if you're gonna call those. He may be a rookie, but he's shown you that he can be, he can be a presence when facing off against a defense like Tampa Bay. So get Adam Troutman involved. Alvin Kamara is doing his thing on the ground. He's averaging almost 4 yards per carry. So the ground game is serviceable. I've said all week that if you can be serviceable on the ground, it should open up everything else. But Tampa Bay is giving the Sean Payton and his Saints offense difficulty to the press man coverage. They're playing really tight. Drew Brees is going to have to make some good throws. So it all comes down to execution. You have to be able to get effective yardage, and they missed on 2 opportunities already. They had two drives, the first 2 drives, deep in the Tampa Bay territory, and they walked away with field goals. You can't settle for field goals when you're playing against this team. You have to be able to capitalize. I gave you guys a pardon on the first drive because you got 3 and outs on the Bucs like usual, but because of those missed opportunities, now look where you're at. You're staring at a tie game, and now this Bucs team is coming into the second half defensively with a lot of momentum that they are confident that they can go toe-to-toe with these receivers when they press them at the line of scrimmage. If they can get back to the same style of football that we know that they're good, that we know that they're known for, then this game can get out of the hands of Tom Brady and these refs as much as possible. The offensive line has to play better. You can't bite. Even if they jump, you don't move. I know you're taught that, but don't move. But you know what I'm saying? Let's go ahead and read some. I'll read a couple comments before we get out of here because the second half's getting ready to start. Jan A says Breeze not converting in red zone turns over the ball. Look, I absolutely agree that that pass to Michael Thomas should have ran a little more vertical, but that was a bad throw by Breeze. That's resulted in a Murphy Bunting, interception, and that gave this Bucs defense some life. Chanel says this got me stressed. Look, we all knew this was going to be a stressful game. This wasn't going to be the same Tampa Bay team that the Saints was going to steamroll over. It's going to come down to who can make the most plays in the most critical of times and come away with points off those. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. Jerry Porter says we're tied at 13. This is what rivalry is supposed to be. I agree with you, man. Look, these guys are playing with so much, man. They're playing with a lot of confidence. They're playing with a lot of swagger, as Bruce Arians so eloquently put. So this defense has been called, man. Bruce Arians called the manhood of his own defense, and so far they're answering the challenge. They have to be able to offensively for the Saints step up and make plays. Hopefully Harris can come back. Charles, I absolutely agree. Deontay Harris has already imposed his will early on in the first quarter. I hope Deontay Harris and that stinger can come back for a couple of plays, but I understand. But that tackle by Devin White was nasty. He curled him up so bad. That shouldn't even, I can understand the hyperextension of the neck and really reactivating that stinger. So let's hope Deontay Harris can come back. Marquez Callaway looked like he kind of limped off a bit, but he's still back in there. Overall, we got to play better offensively. The defense can only do so much. It can only do so much. But I'm going to go ahead and read a couple more and then get out of here if you guys enjoy the second half. Hopefully, I come back with a lot of good news for you. Hopefully, we go on to the NFC Championship. First one says the Bucs wouldn't have scored if Breeze didn't throw an INT. I agree with you. You got Mitchell 24. I'm just tired of offense not showing up in playoff games. I don't know what's going on with the Saints offense. They have everything they could possibly need offensively. Even though you don't have Taysom Hill and Latavius Murray, you still have plenty of weapons to where you can really wreak havoc on this Bucs defense. You've done it so many times already. I don't know why they started to get off to a slow start yet again. It makes absolutely no sense. And final one is going to be Tim Hoos. I feel like Payton's got better plays than Arians. Sean Payton has plenty of plays in his arsenal that are better than Bruce Arians, but this is Tom Brady we're dealing with. You can't take Tom Brady lightly. Hopefully, like I said, they necessary adjustments because the Saints usually do better when they have the necessary adjustments at half. But that's it. That's all. I'll let you guys go ahead and settle in, get ready for the second half of the divisional playoffs. Hopefully, we come away with this win because we don't want another heartbreak. I don't want another heartbreak, and there's absolutely no excuse. There's no excuse for this team to lose to Tampa Bay. So hope you guys enjoy the rest of the second half, and remember, win or lose, this is probably going to be Drew Brees' last game, period, in the Dome. So take it for what it is. We're not going to see this very often. I don't want it to lose this. I don't want it to end this way, but if it does end up that way, I thank you, Drew Brees. Thank you for everything you've done for this franchise, for the city, and for the state. You've been an inspiration to me and my family. You've been an inspiration to many families in the Who Dat Nation. You brought so much credibility and legitimacy to this franchise that's been a laughing stock for over a decade before you showed up. But enjoy the second half. We bleed black and gold until we're dead and cold. I'll holler at y'all later.